So today I have a bag of candy. Now I didn't bring a whole bag of candy with me. I only brought a half a bag of candy with me. So if I am willing to share some of my bag, but not all of my bag, I'm going to share, let's say 2/3 of my bag. Okay, to multiply fractions, we're going to start with a box to represent our problem. And I'm going to start with half of a bag. Well, I have half a bag of candy. So I'm going to draw 1/2. And if you look at this picture, it represents 1/2 in red. Well, I've said I'm going to share 2/3 of what I have. I cannot share 2/3 of what I don't have. So I'm going to only look at what I do have. And I want to split this into 3 parts. And I am willing to share 2 of those. So I'm willing to share this part, and I'm willing to share this part. To help me understand this better, I'm going to label. So we said that this is going to be what I share. I'm going to share this one. And this is going to be what I have left over for me. So the questions now that I'm going to ask is, how much of a bag of candy did I share? Well, in order to answer this question, I have to have my bag of candy completely split into equal portions. Well, this part's not split into equal portions, but if I draw this imaginary line here and here, now they're magically put into equal portions. I have 6 sections that are all exactly the same. Well, out of my bag of candy, I shared 2 parts out of 6. So I'm going to share 2/6 of a bag. But I know 2/6 can be simplified, so my answer is 1/3 of a bag is going to be shared. My second question is, how much of the bag of candy is left over? Well, this is the only part labeled left over, so I have 1 part out of the 6 original parts of the bag. So 1/6 is what I'm going to have left. Now I can't simplify 1/6, so my final answer is 1/6 of a bag left. So we're going to look for a minute at these different problems and see if we can put them into a number sentence or an equation. Remember, an equation is something that has an equal sign. It has a problem with a solution. Sometimes it's not a solution, sometimes it's another problem, but it has to have that equal sign for it to be an equation. Okay, so I started with half of a bag. And my first question asked me, what did I share? Well, I said I shared 2/3 of the bag. So if you look at this problem, 1 times 2 is 2, and my answer was 2/6. So 6, 2 times 3 is 6. So really all I did was multiply 1 times 2 to get 2 and 2 times 3 to get 6. That's my answer here. 2/6 of a bag. And then I have to remember to simplify this to 1/3. So for number 2, the second question, we said it was half of a bag. It's still what we started with. And instead of talking about what we shared, we asked for what was left. So looking again here at the picture, if I shared 2/3, what was left over was 1/3 of that. So my fraction here would not be 2/3, it would be 1/3. And my answer was 1/6. So if I got 1/6, does the same thing hold true? If I multiply my numerators, was my answer 1? Hey, yeah, it was. 2/3. Or, so sorry, 2 times 3. Yes, it is 6. So we have a process now. And at this point in time, I would like you to pause the video and describe the process in words. Explain to me, what did you do here to get this answer? If I asked you to do this problem without a picture, what would you do? Describe the process in words. Explain to me what we did right here. Now that you've done that and you've described the process in words, I want you to look at these 2 problems with me. So if I use my process, which was the numerator times the numerator and the denominator times the denominator, I'm going to do 3 times 2 equals 6, and 4 times 3 is 12. Well, 6/12 I know can be simplified. So if I divide 6 by 6, I get 1, and 12 divided by 6 is 2. So my answer here is 1/2. Well, what am I going to do here where it's 1/2 times 3/4? Because this number is not in fraction form. So I have to change mixed numbers to improper fractions. So we're going to rewrite this. And we're going to do 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. And I get 3/2 times 3/4. Now I can use this process because both of them are in fractional form. 3 times 3 is 9, and 2 times 4 is 8. Well, this time my answer can be simplified because my numerator is larger than my denominator. So if I know 8 goes into 9 one time, 1 times 8 is 8, plus 1 more is 9, which leaves 1 left over, and my denominator stays the same. So I get 1 1/8. Now that we've done that, guys, I have one problem for you to try on your own, and I want you to bring this back to class and see how well you did. Don't forget you have to turn the mixed number into an improper fraction, and don't be afraid to rewind if you need to go back and see how that was done again.